Hello everyone. So, my name is NoobSalmon, this is Walking Simulator 2008. I'm gonna do all quests. And instead of starting with a new game, we actually gonna start with a pre-made save, which is the first autosave that the game makes when you gain control of your character. Okay, I'm gonna give a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first thing is I'm gonna do is quick save, quick load a lot. These are these flashes that skips NPC's dialogue. It's pretty useful in this game.
While Daddy runs to his office. You'll be okay.
We're gonna use that quite a lot. For our special stats, we need 10 endurance, 10 charisma, 8 intelligence, and 9 luck. We need to maximize our speech skill as much as possible, so we put points to charisma and luck, intelligence for safe or for leveling up faster, and endurance for safety. So I'm gonna try to do truck strat. Just need to concentrate. Come on. Ugh, that was bad. Whatever. So you can save like 6 seconds here by pushing that there, but didn't get it. Whatever. So that's the first custom called Baby Steps, and we jump 9 years in the future to our 10th birthday party. But we are kind of antisocial, so we're gonna skip our birthday party by going through that door. Yep, and we're gonna meet Jonas downstairs.
What are you doing down?
Talking to him spawns Dad behind us, and he gives us the BB gun.
Are you ready for your surprise?
And this is the combat tutorial, and you can count the shots if you want. So I shoot Jonas because he walks to this room a bit faster. So you have to shoot 3 targets. Red Rose Field spawn. Oh, bad RNG.
Just aim and shoot.
There we go.
Good work. Hey, Jonas, get a picture of me with the big game hunter.
Then we push that because he's slow. And Jonas takes the pictures from us, and that's the second quest done, called Growing Up Fast. Again, jumping in time to 6 years ahead. So you are 16, we're gonna take the GOAT. The Generalized Occupational Aptitude Test, I guess. I always forget that abbreviation.
Go on now. You've got...
Okay, so the GOAT is tagging 3 skills. Instead of taking the test, you can just ask the teacher to, we can skip all of this. It's intended. And tagging skills mean that we add 15 extra points to those skills. And we tag speech, lockpick and explosives. Speech for the speed check I mentioned. Lockpick because we need 100 lockpick. Skill and explosives because we need to disarm the megaton bomb. And you need 25 explosive skill points for that. So I pick up the contents of that first ticket box, then I void out. Then I punch the air. Punching the air prevents NPCs talking to us. And 2 NPCs trying to talk to us at the moment.
Hold on, Missy, I just want to talk to you for a minute.
But if you punch the air, they won't.
It's our only chance.
So I go through some doors, and then I void out. Then I reach this door out of bounds. Oops, then void that for the last time, and we are done with the vault section. So skipping that door completes the quest Escape, and that's the first main quest. And that gives you a scripted level up. Level 2. So, explosives 25, rescues to speech. That is girl. Perks don't really matter in this run. What's more important is the skill points. Perks are mostly for safety. So, as you can see, I'm kind of walking slow, and it's annoying. running all quests would be way too long with this, so we need to fix this. So I walk over here to trigger the opening of the Megaton door. Then I'm gonna wait for Lucky Heritage Cycle, who is a traveling merchant, and we need some items from him. There we go, there he is.
Ah, fellow student. Please.
Sell 8 stim packs
Enjoy my
for a
selection.
missile and a missile launcher. The missile launcher will be really good for us. It's really useful. So I'm gonna just buy that now. And here comes the best glitch in the entire Fallout series. We'll make a hard save here, that's also important. So I made a quick save. Then I'm gonna try to triple my legs at the same time I reload this quick save. Hopefully I don't have to quit the game for this. It's a very fun glitch that sometimes won't work. I got the breakable one. Yeah, again. Oh, come on. This is my nightmare. There we go, we got it. Okay. So this one is called Speed Triple. And all you need to know is that I unlocked the sprinting option in Fallout 3 right now. Don't worry about it. So I disarmed the Megaton one that start the quest, the Power of Atom. And we're gonna do the second quest in Megaton, which is
Well, hey, I hear
called Wasteland Survival Guide. And that's why I needed a speed check, because this is gonna be a very hard speed check to convince Moira not to write the Wasteland Survival Guide book.
So, how's this?
Otherwise this quest would be way too long, and we don't wanna do that. So every time I fail, I'll just reload this part. Come on, reload. Tools.
So, how's the scab?
Yeah, so convincing Moira has a 41% chance. And this is like the only chance that you can convince her not to write the book. Otherwise, if you start the quest, you can't ever
So,
just
how's
bail
this-
out. You have to actually complete the hard way. There we go, I think it was first try. Also I pick up this holotape, which is the first clue for the quest, the replicated man. And I fast travel back to Megaton to save some walking time.
I'll be
And
dead.
talking to Lucan Sims completes the quest. The Power of Atom. Putting all points to lockpick. And yep, you're done with Megaton. And yeah, so the speed triple, I try to explain quickly. In this game, when your legs get crippled, you walk slower, which is about the 60% of your normal speed. And if you make a quick save and try to keep yourself while reloading that quick save at the right frame window, the game gets confused and try to compensate your walking speed. With your normal speed, with the crippled speed. So basically your crippled speed gets stacked onto your normal speed, which is about 60% faster. So we're pretty fast now. Okay, so right now here comes the second worst RNG part of the run. So I need to check if this quantum spawn inside these vending machines. And there weren't any outside. Nice, we got it. Then I have to check inside, and the way spawn items work in this game is that they are set when you first enter an interior or an exterior cell in this game. And so I just made a quick save outside of Super Duper Mart. Then every time I can't see a quantum, I just reload that quick save and I re-enter the building. Yeah, and we need that quantum for a magic trick later on, so keep that in mind, we have a quantum there. Yes, this is all quest. So quickly I mentioned this category. So we're gonna do all quests in the base game, so no DLC quests. And we are also only doing the mark quests. Mark quests are quests that raises our quest counter in our Pip-Boy in our stats menu. and there are 31 of them only, believe it or not. We don't do unmarked quests because they are very arbitrary and a bunch of them are actually repeatable, so there wouldn't be any reason to do them. So yeah, so we're gonna also visit our friend Dukov here. We're gonna have a nice friendly chat with him. There we go. It's a nice friendly visit. I took his special keys, and I'm gonna pick up 4 Nuka-Cola quantums. No, empty whiskey bottles. What am I saying? So none of this makes sense, right? So I needed to kill Dukov for his special key for the quest. You gotta shoot them in the head, but you need to collect 3 special keys from 3 different guys across the wasteland. For a guy named Mr. Coley who lives in Underworld. Yes, I needed at least 30 empty whiskey bottles for a magic trick later on, and I need to kill one of Dukov's girlfriends. I know it's a bad thing, but we need bad karma, so we can enter Paradise Falls a bit quicker because they let you in with a karma speed check if you have bad karma, and it saves like maybe 4 seconds, so it's pretty speedy. Right now I'm just going through the biggest walking section in the run, which is just starting quests and discovering festival locations, but still I can explain stuff. I think I went through over a few things, so don't worry. So I discovered Jefferson Memorial. We're gonna fast travel here, I think at least twice. Then I fast travel back to Old 101 and head to north. Okay, so as I mentioned, quick saving and quick loading is pretty broken in this game. You can do certain stuff with it, like here. If you quick save, quick load before hitting the ground, you don't take fall damage. That's one thing. You can go through 3D objects, walls. If you quick save and quick load and you are at a certain angle, it's because of a weird rendering sequence in the game, because the game loads you and the floor first, so you can occupy the space of a 3D object before it even exists, and voiding out. Okay, if you go out of bounds in this game, there's a failsafe, and it puts you at a specified position in the cell called COC point, and we're gonna use that to skip the backtracking and maybe skip some areas indoors. So that mailbox jump saves 6 seconds, otherwise you have to go around here. And it's pretty good parkour right here in Fallout 3. Need to discover this place for the quest called Big Trouble in Big Town. And then head to RFU, which is a very interesting quest first, because you need to knock on some doors and ask people about their well-being. I don't know. It's pretty good. Fallout 3 is pretty good in the side quests. Okay. There we go. This is RFU. We're gonna start the quest Blood Ties, which involves some vampires, so get hyped. This is a scripted explosion, always happens. You can skip it with the time stop glitch, but I don't do that strat, sorry. So first we're gonna knock on some doors and ask around people. This guy is rude.
What the hell are you doing in?
But we ask him if they are okay. They are okay, nice. We have to check the second residence. If they are okay, knock on the door. The Shen's residence.
It's nice to see a friend.
Nice, she's okay too. Let's see. Let's see the third one. Oh, they're asleep. Wow. Rude. Asleep in the middle of the day. Wow. Wow.
What did they tell you?
Yes, everyone is fine. Don't worry. Okay. So the family took a nap there. Is actually killed by vampires. Or one vampire. Spoilers. And their son is missing. We have to find him. And Ivan said that maybe the family took him. The family is a group of quote-unquote vampires. Again, negating full damage here. And he gives us some ideas where they might be. Northwest Seneca Station is one of the options that you can go and find them. That we just discovered, which is pretty cool. But we don't do that quest at this moment because our gun is pretty bad. We got a 10mm gun from Amata. We also have a missile, or a missile launcher, but with one missile, which is pretty bad. So we need to fix that. So we're gonna change this 10mm gun with a better one soon enough. It's a pretty good OP gun. You will see. Okay, so Paradise Falls. As I mentioned, we have bad karma now, and they let us in with bad karma, and you can save like 4 dial lines here with bad karma, so
Hold it right
it's
there.
a pretty significant time saving the run. There we go, we did it. They let us in. And that starts the quest Strictly Business, which is about enslaving VIP slaves for Paradise Falls, which is a slaver town. And that guy gave us a list of 4 people. It's Arkansas from the Minefield, Red from Big Town, Susan Lancaster from Tampany Tower, and Fleck from Rivet City. And the way it works is that you mass people and then put a slave collar on them, but that's pretty slow. So instead what we're gonna do is actually kill 3 of them and only enslave 1. Because if you kill a guy from this list, they're gonna be off this checklist. But if you kill all 4 of them, the quest will fail. So if you kill 3 of them, you only have 1 person on the checklist. So you only need to enslave 1. It's pretty easy. Discover Germantown. And then we head to Minefield, where the first slave or VIP slave is Arkansas. And you can actually guess what we're gonna do to him, enslave or not. Excuse me. I got really excited about Arkansas in the Minefield, so it's understandable. There we go. Minefield can be scary because of, you know, the mines, but this is easy. See, no worries. Goodbye. Rest in pieces. So now Arkansas is off that checklist for the Strictly Business quest. Okay, so that was... we're gonna use the 10mm gun twice. Or I use it twice, some runners don't use it twice. But actually the next step is picking up a better weapon for our 10mm gun. And we're gonna go to a location where the alien crash site is. And normally this is the start of the DLC called Mothership Zeta, but it's very important that you disable it. Otherwise you actually have to complete the DLC. And there's a weapon there called Alien Blaster, or as we call it, ALML Blaster. And it's a pretty OP weapon. So you obviously need to pick this up, and it's also on the way to Vault 92, where we are headed, so... It's a win or win situation here. Okay, pick up the weapon, pick up the ammo, pick up the bow, nice. And we had to Volt 92. So, the reason why this gun is OP because it's an energy weapon, which is usually OP in this game. And then this gun is special because it has a 100% chance of a critical shot. And since we are playing this on very easy, that means that we can kill enemies with one shot basically. There are a few exceptions with like harder enemies, but that's the idea. And it basically makes combat free. It's much faster. And you don't have to really worry about accuracy. Yeah, so hopefully you will see how good it is. Sometimes I still not accurate with it. Okay, so this is Volt 92. First thing is I pick up this fission battery. That's for a much later quest, but keep that in mind. In this run you have to keep that in mind, a bunch of stuff. The quantum, that fission battery. Okay, so I go out of bounds here, there, reach that door out of bounds, go to the ceiling, and then I'm gonna do another glitch called third person interaction glitch to pick up this special violin. Nice, we picked it up. There we go, easy. Then I'm gonna just seal C4 back. Oops. And that puts us at the beginning, so we don't have to do the backtracking. There we go. So that special violin is for a quest called Agatha's Song. But we can actually pick it up before getting the quest. Funny enough, Agatha's Song doesn't involve Agatha in this run. But you will see. Okay, third person interaction glitch. So the way it works, the basic thing is that you can reach through walls if you go into third person and tilt your camera a bit. And the reason why it is because if you go third person, the third person camera is not centered on your character and it changes your hitbox slightly. It has a different shape, and then that means that you can actually reach through walls for some reason, so you don't have to like go through that section. And we do this like maybe 3 times in a row. It's pretty good. Okay. Nice, we got a Yagwai spawn here. That's pretty bad. Yagwais are scary. I don't like bears. And we are heading to the northeastern part of the map. It's pretty scary. Nice. Okay, I don't want to get crippled. So speed cripple is a weird glitch. Besides, you know, the arbitrary. If the game crashes or I get crippled or I just quit the main menu, this glitch will disappear, so I have to be careful about that. Okay, so we use the back door, the Republic of Dave, and we're gonna meet Dave. He has the second special key for the quest. You gotta shoot him in the head after Lukov. There we go. Goodbye.
Better not try that.
And we're gonna use the back door again to fast travel away. That was the last time we used the 10mm gun. RIP. We give the alien blaster, we're gonna keep this stuff, and minefield. Okay. Next up is the Temple of Union. So here comes like a big sequence break in one of the quests. I actually this one I found. So for the Head of State quest, you need you have 2 options. There are some runaway slaves and some slavers who are after them, and you can choose sides between them to help. And it's involves a bunch of stuff. You can pick up the Lincoln artifacts if you are familiar with the game. it can be fun, but it's pretty slow. And the way we used to do this is actually slide with the slaves who live there and betray them later. But you need to kill all of them, and yeah, it's pretty long. Turns out that you can do something else by skipping this quest entirely. The way it works is that actually don't start this quest at all and just kill the leader of the slaves, who is like a really important quest person. And we're gonna do some sniping here. Oh, first try, nice. That's sometimes doesn't work. At least not first try. So we killed him, and it turns out that if you talk to the slavers later on at the Lincoln Memorial, they will say that, okay, so we're after the slave group and we are trying to catch the leader of the slaves. But you can say, oh, I just already killed him, and they will be like, nice. And the quest will be completed. And yeah. From the old route it saves like 1.5 minutes, so it's pretty decent. Okay, next up is Canterbury Commons. And we're gonna do the Superhuman Gambit quest. So this quest can be pretty long as well. You need to solve the problem of these two guys who are fighting outside. They are dressed in like superhero outfits, the Mechanist and the Antagonizer. Pretty good names, right? Okay, let's solve this problem. They have a debate. Okay, problem is solved. Nice. And we need to talk to the quest giver, so we actually complete the quest. Nice. Oops. And that's this quest done. Fast traveling back to Super Duper. Art. Okay, so remember that magic trick I mentioned? Let's try to do a magic trick here, guys. Yeah, so see, we have 1 quantum. Come on. Okay. There we go. And now I have 40 quantums. Weird pistol level up, nice. All points lockpick, educated. And what's important here is that not to meet Brian Wilkes. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that magic trick. First of all, it was found by Cobra. Shoutouts to him. This is a duping glitch. And what you basically need to do is that you put some items in a container and you withdraw that item, and the pop-up window will show up that how many items do you want to withdraw. But if you do like in a nice sequence, like fairly fast enough, you can actually withdraw the item before that prompt pops up, and that confuses the game. And if you just press take all in that pop-up, then it will take the item below that. So we actually took 40 Nuka-Cola Quantums now. The reason why it's important because there's a quest called Nuka-Cola Challenge where you need to collect at least 30 Nuka-Cola Quantums for Sierra later on. And we used to pick all of them up one by one, and all in all it saves like, I would say 8 minutes, so it's pretty good. Okay, so we killed this guy for his key to open this door, or terminal password, whatever. We're gonna do the quest called Those, where you need to kill some fire ants, and this quest is tricky because there's a little kid following you called Brian Wilkes, and normally you get the quest from him. But if you get the quest from him, then he will return to Greyditch and it's a pretty long way. I don't want to do that, so you actually try to avoid him until you do the quest. But once the quest is done, it's actually very important to talk to him, because he's the last objective to talk to complete this quest. Okay, clips don't work today for me, even though I practiced today. Nice. Nice. Then I clip inside here so I can fast travel because there are some enemies nearby. There we go, here's Brian. He followed me.
It was so weird.
He was a nice boy. And that completes the quest dose. We are done with that too. Okay. Returning to Jefferson. You have to kill all of the enemies inside. That's not really an objective right now for anything, but it's gonna be useful later on. Oh god, is this guy? Also, I'm reloading the gun by unequipping the gun and re-equipping, because that instantly reloads the gun for some reason. And this is actually a glitch that hasn't been patched out even in Fallout 4, so it's pretty useful. Because reloading the gun is actually pretty slow, like in casually. Level up again, lockpick, as usual, scoundrel, doesn't matter. So the reason why I'm doing this is because there's a quest called Waters of Life much later on, where the scientists ask you to clean this place because otherwise they can't work here. Oops. And if you don't do that, they will be waiting outside, which is pretty bad, because there are enemies outside as well, so they will be fleeing from them usually, and it just messes up their AI pretty much. But if you start the quest and then fast travel back here, they will be teleported inside, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, we got it. So I'm just checking now, that was funny. And I also skipped the backtracking by just COC warping back to the beginning. Nice, we did it. So, even though the scientists say that you need to clean this place, you can just spare the outside enemies, it doesn't matter too much. Also, yes, I use left control to activate, because I actually use my mouse keys for saving and keep loading, and I use E to shoot. Just don't worry about it. It triggers everyone in the community as well, so it's a nice meme. Okay, I discovered River City for a fast travel point later on. Then I'm gonna enter the metro the first time. And hope you guys ready and hype, because here's gonna be the best threat in the entire run, which is opening this door. It saves 2 seconds. Hope you enjoyed it. So, yeah, so if you run this game, you're gonna see this a lot. I mean, the metro sections, and they seem like the same. And yeah, sometimes I get confused after several months of running this game that you can get lost in the metro sections in Fallout 3. But it's just nice, comfy walking and memorizing stuff, so there we go, we did it. And we are at downtown DC now. I guess it's downtown DC, I'm not sure, not from this area. We're gonna enter the Museum of Technology and wait out here, and we're gonna pick up the relay dish for the quest, Galaxy News Radio. from the vehicle called Virgo 11. So the Virgo 11 was the first vehicle on the moon. Hope you guys remember this from history class. This is completely accurate. There we go. Pick up the relay dish. And can run back. Actually, I cannot do the COC warp to skip the backtracking. We did it. So what you need a relay dish because Dog, who's a radio DJ, asked us to make his broadcast better for the radio. And you need to install a relay dish on top of the Washington Monument, right there. Oops. But currently the Washington Monument is closed. But you can clip inside and you can actually install the relay dish. But the problem with that is that if you return to Dog, you won't have any dialogue and the quest will soft lock. So you can't actually do that now. It would be nice, but sadly we need to talk to Dog first to actually complete that quest. But it's on the way, so we might as well pick it up now. I also discovered what's it called? Washington Monument, yes. So right now I'm doing the Head of State quest. Hope you guys remembered it earlier. That's like pretty quick quest. Just talk to the slavers.
I'm Leroy Wolf.
That I already killed the slave leader, and that completes the quest. Let's swing back to the Washington Monument. Nice. Discover the Museum of History, and the next thing we're gonna do is that steal the Declaration of Independence from the National Archives. So prepare your Nick Cage emotes right now, guys, because we need them. So there's a girl here called Sydney, who's also after the Declaration of Independence, but she's the only one who has a code for the secret cargo lift here, whatever it's called. So we need to be friends with her for a while, sadly. As I said before, we are kind of antisocial. There we go, we did it.
Whew.
We are friends now. There we go. Let's team up, yeah. You know what, let's team up. Goodbye. Okay. That's actually very important that you kill her. Because at this point she becomes a temporary follower. And the next quest is called Blood Ties, and there are some weird quest triggers there. That means that if you got to a certain point in the run, or in that quest, then you can actually fail the quest, and Sydney likes to shoot vampires a lot, and she can cause to fail a quest. So we need to get her out of the way. Okay, so we got the terminal password from this guy. And there we go. We just stole the Declaration of Independence. GG. Need to return to Abraham, Washington in Rivet City. That's for later. At least we have it in our possession. So I'm gonna void out here. Nice. That puts us back to the entrance. And I'm gonna do Blood Ties. Let's deal with some vampires. So there's a guy here. He wants to talk to us, but we don't want to talk to him, so we shoot him, obviously. That's fast. And this is a pretty monk-ass section because of the traps here. We did it, survived the bear traps and the mines there. Nice.
Whoa, slow.
So this guy lets us in. Oops. There we go. Okay, so Ian is behind the locked doors, so we need to get the key to open the door. And the key is in the possession of the leader called Vance. So we are having the password from him now. I think he's asleep. There we go. Come on. There we go.
I heard something.
So at this point, if I kill any of the vampires, the quest will actually fail. No, not at this point. After talking to Ian. Yes, after talking to Ian, if I kill any of the vampires, then
I thought I heard
the
guns.
quest will fail. So you have to be really careful. So we convince Ian to return to RFU. Then we void out here. Then void out again. But the problem, stair clips are pretty hard, but we got it fairly fast. Go. And you have to fast travel back to RFU and talk to Ivan to complete the quest.
There she is.
There we go, we did it. And we did a bunch of side quests, but we're gonna actually jump back to the main quest now. And this is the second biggest walking section, I think. So I can explain stuff, explain the lore to you guys if you want to. You can ask questions if you want to, I mean, you can have an AMA during this section. Okay, so we're gonna find Dad. Spoilers. We're gonna find Liam Neeson, actually. He's in Vault 112. And the way this works is normally you have to find your dad after following certain clues. And you first go to Megaton and ask Moriarty at Moriarty's saloon. And that completes, I think, picking up the trail. And then Moriarty sends you to Street Dog, where you can do an optional side quest. And we get that the Grass News Radio quest that I mentioned. And then you need to go to Rivet City and talk to Dr. Lee, and she will tell you that our dad is at Vault 112. But she gives us a clue where he might be, I think. That's how it... I haven't played this game for a while. And that's a complete scientific pursuit. But we're gonna skip all of them. Because if you find that randomly, then the game actually rewards you and actually marks those quests completed for some reason. So it won't punish you for skipping those quests. So you actually don't have to do those quests the quote-unquote intended way. Someone asked what's my favorite quest in Fallout 3, right? My favorite quest, casually, I think it's the Replicated Man in this game. It's pretty good. It also has some foreshadowing to Fallout 4. And if you just branch out that quest, you can actually find some good stuff. Is Fallout 3 a good game? Yes. But so it's gonna be the 10 years anniversary of releasing Fallout 3 in October, I think, so all of us should celebrate. So I discovered Little Lamplight for a fast travel point later. That's also part of the main quest, but we're not gonna do that now. Is streamer good? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the Glacium's radio quest and the Rescue from Paradise quest are kind of part of the main story. You can skip it by speed checks, but you can still complete them as side quests. So I could skip them, but since this is all quests, I have to complete them. So that's why we complete them. So here you go, Swisscase's garage, and under Swisscase's garage is Vault 112, where there is a simulation going on, and our dad is trapped in the simulation. Liam Neeson is addicted to VR chat, confirmed.
Welcome. A tranquility lounger is available.
First up, we need to equip the Vault 112 suit and then entering the simulation. We're gonna use the third person interaction glitch to enter. It's not actually faster, but it looks cooler. Okay, so this can be also a very long quest, but there's a intended way to skip this quest as well. By activating the failsafe. Hit this code, and we can activate the Chinese invasion program. It's gonna kill all of the residents here. We're gonna escape. Okay, also we are a kid now. That means our character model changed. And if your character model changes, your speed gets reset. So that means that we actually lost speed triple now.
Hello, man.
So we need to reapply it, and that was the main reason I made a hard save before Megaton. Yeah, advancing the main quest. Nice. Then Void Out back. Let's level up, lockpick, repair, toughness. Yeah, also the residents are freed if they are killed, so that's good karma there. Okay, I need to quit the game because it's more consistent to reboot the game and get speed triple back because I don't know, speed triple works that way. I can't really give a decent explanation for speed triple. Okay, so speed triple save. So the good thing about speed triple is that it's transferable to other save files. So I can just get it now and then reload that autosave. If I can get it. There we go, we got it.
That's the way you want
So everything is fine now. We are fast again. Come on. Okay, then don't do this. Okay, I don't care.
First that crazy
And also gonna rebind stuff. Also, if you escape the simulation fast, then you get this gray filter on the game. What's in the simulation? So this weird environmental thing is happening, but it will go away. Did I reset? No. I just quit the game, that's allowed. Don't worry. We're gonna finally do the Nuka-Cola challenge now. So we totally legitimately collected 30 Nuka-Cola Quantums for Sierra. And gonna give it to her.
Sierra Petrova does.
By choosing the right options here. This one, this one. There we go. We did it. You also get a bunch of money from this. And it's gonna fund this run totally later on. We're gonna buy some slave kits later, and that costs money, so we need the money for it. Okay, next up is that building called Company Tower. And the problem with Temple Tower is that this quest can soft lock, and recently it happened to me quite a lot. I don't want to jinx it though. I have a save to save for it, but this quest might actually soft lock. I don't know the reason for it. So for this quest, you need to, again, you need to choose sides. Either side with the residents here, or with the ghouls, because some ghouls want to get in this place, but the people there are very racist towards ghouls and like pretty posh people. And if you side with the ghouls, you have to kill everyone inside, and there are like 20 people inside. That's not good. So instead we just side with the Temple residents, and you need to only kill 3 ghouls. So it's pretty fast. Also, here's Susan Lancaster. We're gonna enslave her. Oh, I spoiled it. Dang. So we're not killing Susan, we're actually enslaving her, and she's the only one
You can tell.
to be enslaved. So here's the first ghoul killed.
What?
Let's talk to this guy and actually start the quest. What? No. Oh, every character looks the same. I thought that was Susan, but no, she's here.
Good to see. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
So this is how you enslave people. The mass matron and the slave collar.
Now there's no.
We did it. Whoops. And we're gonna find the rest of the ghouls here by avoiding out in the stairs. Stair creeps are pretty bad. I don't like them. Nice. Come on. And killing the second. Come on. Void out these. Oh, I don't like this clip. Alright, stair clips are pretty hard and pretty arbitrary. Come on. Well, this is fun. I'm at the right angle, come on. Okay, I got it. Nice. First try. Nice aiming. Nice. So the second one is dead. Forgot his name. It's not Michael Myers, right? Roy Phillips was the first one. I don't know. The second name and Betsy something. There we go. Betsy, nice. Let's see if we soft locked or not. We didn't. Wow. Thanks for the tips in chat, Concobra. Appreciate them. Yeah, let's... this game. Yeah, there's a faster route here. So if you do a 15-minute section in a different order, then you can save 10 seconds. Which I didn't do. Okay. Let's see. Nice. We did the quest. Didn't soft lock. So sometimes this quest will soft lock and cannot actually complete this quest for some reason. And we return Susan here. Repair. Bloody mess.
Ain't no reason to stick around here.
So we turn in Susan here. And
Run. We can make it.
that completes that objective for strictly business. And this is Paradise Falls. We're gonna buy some kids. Because, you know, that's what you do in a casual playthrough. And, you know, in video games, that's normal. Buying kids for slavery.
You must be Apris.
There we go. We bought them.
Hey there, pretty. Hello, lady.
Pardon me.
What the hell, lady?
Well, I guess that.
And there we go, we did it. So that's the quest called... what is it called? I forgot it. Rescue from Paradise. Completed. Now we're gonna complete Big Trouble in Big Town by rescuing Red. So this is why we needed 100 speed skill to open this lock, but I got bad RNG here. So instead of using the lockpick, I actually force lock the door. So every time I force locking, I make a quick save before doing that. If I fail.
You're rescuing me?
Yeah, this one, this one, this one. And she has the second clue for the quest, the replicated man. That actually starts the quest now. Red resistance. Nice. It fast travel away. Hopefully I can do it. Nice.
The wasteland. I'm glad to.
Okay, I didn't screw up. So that's the quest on Big Trouble in Big Town. Okay, so you probably remember that I mentioned that Red is on the list as well for strictly business. So you may ask, why didn't I kill her right now? And I say, good question. The answer is that she will actually die in a certain in-game days, because I picked the dialogue option to leave them alone, because the kids who are living in Big Town ask us to help them, because there's a scripted super mutant attack. But we can say that, you know, you're on your own, and then what happens is that there's a scripted super mutant attack in a certain in-game days, and then all of them will die. If all of them dies, Red will die, and if Red dies, she's off the list for strictly business. And it's much faster than actually killing her. Next stop is Oasis. So you need to go through to access Oasis, but we're gonna take the back door again, just like in Republic of Dave. Yeah, so here's the back door. We're just gonna, you know, climb inside the rocks and access the fast travel point there. It's pretty normal, it's pretty intended. I think everyone's seen this part of Fallout 3. Nice, we got it.
Outsider.
So here are some
I'm so glad you're.
tree mongers, I think that's what I called, and they worship a talking tree called Harold, who was featured in Fallout 1 and 2 as well, but he became a tree, and he asked us to kill him because he's done with this life, and, you know, we're gonna do that because killing him is actually fast, but yeah. The problem with that is that, come on, you need to drink some drugs first. That's not a problem. The problem is that
Leave our home
we are pretty evil. He asked us not to kill him with a fiery weapon,
soon.
but that's what we're gonna do, because otherwise you need to destroy his heart, but that's slow. So we're gonna just shoot him with a missile launcher. There we go. Did it. Tree chasm. And it turns out that the missile launcher is a fiery weapon. And we did the quest, nice. Next up is Rivet City. So this is a part when the quest can also be messed up. It's not really a soft log, but this part can be really tricky. A bunch of stuff will happen, I tried to explain, but when I practiced today I messed this part up. And I have a safety save for it again. Hopefully I won't have to use it. So this guy doesn't matter. So first thing, we're gonna have to activate the third clue for the quest. Um, replicated man. Nice.
You're in the Rivet City.
We are good now. What's important that this guy spawns here. So here's the third clue for the quest. Replicated man that spawns Veronica Watts here. And she gives you the fake android component
Been rather busy.
that you need to give to Dr. Zimmer, who is after the android. And that's also a bypass for this quest. Bethesda thought that putting these bypasses in the quests are actually fun and helpful.
We need to get back
And
to
they are,
Princeton.
because they're pretty fast, but you just skip the entire quest with it.
Touch the vegetable.
Talking to
You
that
there.
advances the main quest, and this is the guy we're gonna give the android component to.
They're fragile.
And that completes the replicated man quest.
Hello, honey.
And we're gonna do 2 quests at once by talking to this guy.
Quite an impressive
First of all, we give him the Declaration of Independence, and we give him the violin for Agatha's song. Level up again, repair to 75, that's important. Energy weapons is for safety, doesn't matter now. Okay, we are not done with Rivet City yet.
Hello.
So I walk here, I wait. So I need to wait to 9 AM because that's when the shop opens and that's when Fleck is in the shop. And we also need to kill Ted Strayer for his special key. There we go. He has the third special key. For you gotta shoot him in the head quest, so we actually completed the prerequisite for that quest. Nice. Let's kill Fleck now. Hopefully it's here. Nice. So these guys are pretty mad, but who cares? Right? And the reason why we killed Fleck is because of the Strictly Business quest. Not sure what city, Anacosta, nice. So you guys hopefully remembered that I opened this door like half an hour ago. And we're gonna clip through here and void out. And that puts us in a nice position here. So, we're gonna do the quest called, wow, scary. We're gonna do the quest called Riley's Rangers. First of all, we're gonna discover their compound, which we're gonna return later on, where we actually complete the quest. Before that, we go to the Museum of History. And finally, finishing, you gotta shoot them in the head.
Oh,
We fix our gun here with this guy. Oops. That was weird. Okay. Thought something happened. Okay, so we fix our weapon because if your gun breaks, then you can't use it anymore.
Hey, you. Yeah,
So
you.
it's for safety.
What the hell did you wake me up?
So here's Mr. Crowley. And we're gonna give him the 3 special keys. So this guy can pick up power armor, who cares, right? Yeah, we got the Vault Boy loading screen glitch, which is sometimes happens. Don't worry about it. Don't jinx it to me. Okay, Faragut, yes. So we did the you gotta shoot them in the end quest, yes. And next up, Riley's Rangers. So I go out of bounds here, jump on this pile of rocks, jump on the ceiling. Easy. As I said, I almost missed that. jumping here. But this is intended also. Don't worry. Accessing the door. So first we gonna go to Vernon Square, where the Statesman Hotel is, where the Rangers are trapped in the top of the Statesman Hotel. And I don't like this section because there are a bunch of weird out of bounds stuff and clips which sometimes don't work for me, so fingers crossed. So this void out can be tricky. Yes, this might take a while. So I have a weird setup for this. Sometimes it works first try, sometimes this happens. We need to void out. There we go. Thank you. Yep. Go this way. I got confused again because of, you know, metro sections are pretty similar. Hospital skips, or you won't on it for this run? Oh shit. No, I won't do hospital skip because it's super hard. No one does that. So you can skip this section because you can only enter the hotel by going through the hospital, but you can skip that part, but that's hard. Only the best runners do that, and I'm not one of them. Instead we go through this Monka section. Thanks for the good luck, by the way. So this is pretty fine, no worries. Let's go through here, pretty comfy. And instead of going through a maze of, you know, corridors, we just go out of bounds and, you know, do this instead. And walk on an invisible floor here. It's pretty normal. We have to go back in bounds, that's also tricky. I have a setup for it, hopefully it would work. And the reason... So, first of all, we're gonna fix this elevator, because we have 75 repair skill, that's why we need it for. Nice. Otherwise you have to go in a different way, which is much longer. Oops. I'm gonna void out here. I have a setup for it. Nice, first try, easy. So we're at the roof of the Statesman Hotel. Nice. And we're gonna also fix an elevator later on with the fission battery. Hopefully you guys also remember that earlier on. So yeah, the Rangers, they are pretty annoying as well.
Look where you're going.
Just waiting for you. And you have to kill the super mutants here, otherwise these guys will die. That's not good. If all of them dies, the quest will fail, I think. Oh, there we go. We did it. Nice. Our weapon got jammed. There we go. There we go. We did the quest. We're just gonna need to fast travel back to the Ranger compound and actually talk to Riley. And that completes the quest.
Good to see you in one piece.
There we
You
go.
look like you've been through.
Howdy, Ranger.
And Jefferson. Yes. Again, main quest. So I did this section correctly because the scientists are teleported inside. Nice. And we're gonna do Waters of Life. And the first half of Waters of Life is pretty good. We just have to do some menial tasks for that.
Here we are.
First up is fixing a switch. Turn on the FUD control pump power. Yes, exactly.
How's it going?
Right on it. Let's hit that switch. Super hard job. No one can do that but us. Oh god, clips are... I don't know. Clips won't work for me anymore. GG, nice, got it.
Great work on the pumps. Hurry back, and I'll give you...
Then we're gonna go back here. Hopefully, if not, then I'm gonna use some safety. Okay, let's use the safety thing. I'm gonna sleep for an hour so I can heal up. You know, for marathon purposes. Let's do it that way.
Hey,
Second mini task that gives us is install some fuses.
Hey, did you need something?
I've been hearing good things.
There we go. So let's install the fuses. There we go. I did it.
Place.
But let's do this trick. I really want to show this to you guys. It saves no time, especially if I miss this. But... oh, come on. Okay, I'm not gonna... oh! No, I'm not gonna do that. Whatever. We're gonna do some nice comfy backtracking. So we're gonna activate the mainframe now, since the fuses are in place.
There are a few minor repairs.
Yes, there are a few minor repairs. And that's gonna be it, right? Because we fix the purifier, the water will be cleaned, and it's gonna be a happy ending, right? I think this is the end of the run. Nothing bad will happen.
Hey.
Let's just do this. So let's drain the pipes. There we go. We did it. Wow, that was hard. Oh no, what's happening? This is unexpected. Oh no. Well. Dang, the Enclave is here. I'm not sure about this anymore. Well, we have to deal with them, I guess. It's not over yet. There we go. With the hard clip there. It's very important that you kill that guy. It's very important to kill this guy. Here.
by the authority of the president, this facility.
So we're gonna skip some dialogues with the third person interaction glitch.
I suggest you comply.
So this clip was fun by Pro Gaming with that. Shoutouts to him. You can do some funny stuff with it.
Patience wears thin.
Just another minute, and I'll be done.
Oh no. Oh. What's happening?
Run.
Well, goodbye, Liam Neeson. Rest in peace. So yeah, our dad is dead. Press F to pay respect. But now we have to actually escort the scientists out and go to the Citadel. And here comes Dr. Litskip.
We need... Don't wander off. We're going to need you.
And Dr. Litskip is pretty scary if you are new to this run. So normally there's like more than a minute section of Dr. Lee trying to open a door with the terminal, but you can actually skip it by doing the Dr. Lee skip, so I actually need to concentrate here. Whatever. There we go. Don't worry about it. She's not dead. Oh, that was fairly fast. So, if you shoot Dr. Lee, she won't die. That's a good thing, don't worry. But you prevent her from entering the terminal or trying to open the door with the terminal. And if you do that, and you access that secret door there pretty fast, then once you escape here, they will be outside if you wait for an hour. So it saves like a minute if you do this correctly, but if you're pretty slow, she will reach the terminal and you have to go back, or I don't know, it just lose a bunch of time, but we did it correctly. So they are here. And that's gonna be the end of Waters of Life. And we're gonna start picking up the... no, what is it called? I don't know. Yes, got it. Shall we chase the horse? Yes. I forgot the name of the quest, but what's important here is that normally you have to go to the Citadel and talk to the guys there, the Brotherhood of Steel, and they try to give you the location of the GEC, which is an item, the military item that you need to activating the purifier. And you need to look in the terminals and actually look for the vault locations. It turns out that you can actually skip all of that, so we're gonna do that. So we're gonna do Galaxy News Radio now, in the meantime. And if you're fast enough, you can actually enter this area. If you are slow, then you actually you need to kill everything outside.
The look on your
Even
face
though there are a
is
bunch of enemies outside and the behemoth, we still can enter. It's weird. So there's Three Dog, everyone's favorite character. And he gives us the quest to Galaxy News Radio. I mentioned earlier, so we actually installed the relay dish to the Washington Monument. And this is the only terminal in the run where you don't have to push the power button to exit from, so we enjoy this. Also, cool thing in this game, then watch this panel. This is pretty nice panel. This is pretty legit. There we go. Did it. Installing the relay dish, going back to completing the quest. There we go. Don't flee.
look. Hey, all right.
There we go, we did it. The quest is done. Fast travel back to Vault 101, and we're gonna do the last side quest of the run. Called Trouble in Homefront. Going back to Vault 101, the fun thing to mention here is that the layout of the vault is the same as the beginning, but the interior cells are changed. So we can't actually just COC warp back the same way that we did earlier. So there's different strats here that you need to use to escape. For this quest, Amata tells you that like there's some trouble in the vault after you left. You need to solve their problems because the overseer is a douchebag. And solving the problems is our specialty. Like, it's pretty easy. So the way we solve their problems is a pretty friendly way. Alright, Shorty has died. Nice. Sometimes you can't find the vapor because it falls through the ground. Come on.
I don't know that I
Let's fix this. There we go. Okay, so solving their problem is just actually activating the self-destruct in the vault. And they have to evacuate. So obviously they won't have any problems anymore. That's a pretty friendly way to solve their problems, I think. I'm not sure if it's a self-destruct, it's like evacuation procedure, I don't know. I don't know this quest at all, I don't run this game. So as I mentioned, that we can't COC ward back. We need to walk here and access the door. Also, Shorty has died, meaning that Red is dead, so we completed strictly business, by the way. And we're gonna do finding the Garden of Eden. And as I mentioned, you don't need to look into the terminal at the Citadel, but you need to talk to Mayor McGreedy here, because if you don't talk to him, then the quest won't progress. For some reason, he's a quest trigger person, so if they let you in, the quest will be completed, or can be completed more likely. But only if you're inside of the finding the Garden of Eden quest. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is called, a little mess up, called Swim in Air. And this is the part where this run crosses the path with any percent route. Because in any percent you can go straight to this place and jump back in the main quest and completing the last 3 quests of the game. And any percent is about 15 minutes long in average, so it's not that fun. You skip a bunch of stuff in that run. But the good thing about it is that you can use any person's strats in all quests as well. Pretty much this section is, like, almost all the time is featured in a run. Even in all DLC it's featured. Even in all Bubbleheads it's featured. That's pretty cool. So you need to get the GAC. Getting the GAC is pretty scary and hard. And Ed mentioned that Waters of Life is the hardest quest. I think no, this is the hardest quest. Whatever. Yeah, picking up the trail is the quest name. Forgot that. Oh no, the wrong one. Nice, we're gonna level up again. That's the one perk you don't want to pick. Whatever. Oh god, whatever. I messed up. Let's get the GAC. No, don't hit me. I'm a nice person. Oops. Let's do this again. This run went pretty well, so I guess we can do this section again. My god. So, going here, thank you. Nice, so we jump here, jump an invisible gap here, accessing this door, void out, getting the GAC. Right now, we are on track now, don't worry. I messed up a bit, but no one saw that, right? Okay, make a hard save here because things can go really well. Good. Yep. Messed up. Using the suppressor interaction glitch. If I don't die, I might die. There we go. We got it. Some the music stopped. Okay, whatever. So, I got the gag using the suppressor interaction glitch again. The reason why it's so hard because you get a bunch of radiation there, and if you are slow, then you will die. And what happens if you get enough radiation but you don't die? You might die at the end because you have to swim across a river.
Objective is secured, sir.
And you can actually die at the very end too. It happened to me once that doing the final quest, I died and I softlogged, and it was funny.
Certain she's unharmed?
Hopefully nothing like that will happen.
Excellent.
This is a cutscene that we cannot skip,
Immediately.
sadly.
Right away, sir.
And we only have 3 quests left, or 2. I'm not sure. We are pretty close to the end.
So, you're awake.
You talk to him. Skipping some dialogue so I can load again.
I do.
And the president talks slow, so I have to space out the skips.
You'll find. And I'll.
There we go. Also, you don't need to do this, but I'm gonna do this. Picking up the stuff from the locker. The reason why I'm doing this because I was in an online marathon a few months ago and I messed up the end, and for safety purposes I need some stim packs. Just in case.
Retreat. Regroup.
So we need to escape the River Rock, the Enclave HQ. We're gonna do the hardest skip of the run, the presidential door clip. Actually practice this. First try, easy. That's a super hard clip. Talking to the president and getting the FAV virus that we aren't gonna use. Wait out here. So I need to talk to this way because there will be an invisible wall here and you need to get past that. So here comes a monk axe section because I can get crippled here. But I didn't. Nice. I did it. No! That was bad. I fast traveled to the wrong location. Let's do this again. Citadel, yes. So 2 quests remaining. Not much time to left in the run. First we're gonna activate Liberty Prime here.
All I'm saying is, the longer we sit.
Skipping some dialogue.
So, you're back.
If the
More dialogue skips.
yes. Before we get started.
Whatever, we get the armor, doesn't matter.
Okay.
It matters because I over encumbered.
All right, Rothschild.
Whatever. Go. Doesn't matter. And that completes the quest, the American Dream, I think. And we are on the final quest, and there's like a minute left of the run. So the last sequence break of the run is that instead of going through this section with Liberty Prime, you need to destroy some Enclave people. There's an invisible energy vault surrounding the Jefferson Memorial, but you can just clip inside. And there's Colonel Autumn is already waiting inside, and talking to him is the trigger for being able to complete the very last quest of the run. So you're gonna do that. Hopefully we won't die of radiation. I want soft lock here, hopefully. What's up? Didn't mess up, nice. Okay, so get ready on time soon. All I need to do is talk to Colonel Autumn and clip inside of the chamber and push some buttons. Come on, there we go. Oops, 2, 2, 1, 6 time. And that's the final quest, and then we die. Classic. Okay, let's see if we got all the quests done. We did it. If it says 30, then we did it. And before I say goodbye, I always show this. It's funny, just 1 sec. I have a save for it. Okay. It's a classic thing. This is Fallout 3. All quests. Shoutouts to the Fallout community, people watching, and yeah, thanks for having me. And I think next one is Hitman Absolution. So enjoy the rest of the marathon, and thanks for having me. Goodbye.